Hey guys, what up? It is Friday the 13th. Ah!
Are you that superstitious?
I am not. I actually don't give a fuck.
Exactly.
I'm just like, oh, okay, great. It's another day.
It's another Friday.
It's just Friday. Y'all don't stop trying to steal my Fridays from me. Because this is a Friday and I will enjoy it. This week we are talking about Skai Jackson drags Azelia Banks on Twitter. She drags her. And now Azelia's Twitter account is suspended. But we'll talk about it.
And of course, Safaree is now coming back trying to sue Nicki Minaj. And it's no good because now Nicki Minaj is just tweeting about it. It's like, what do we get out of this?
Exactly, right? Justin Bieber says, no more damn photos. So when you come up to him, you don't ask for a snapshot, okay?
Even if you're a fan.
Let's start the show.
Sorry, believers.
Bleebers.
What did I say?
Believers.
Believers.
You're old. Bleebers.
You said I'm old?
You're old.
I'm old? Let's start the show.
All right, what up, people? Okay, so really quickly, thanks to all of you that have returned for another week.
I'm still diverted.
If you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button in the corner. Right
Give me
there.
a little shimmy.
A little red box, exactly. Subscribe and, leave a comment, all that good stuff. We appreciate it. All right, let's talk about tits now. So, Azelia Banks versus Skai Jackson. So, Azelia Banks popped up on Twitter this past week, and she decided to take some shots at Zayn Malik?
Right.
However you say the young man's name. So, Zayn put out a new album recently, and pretty much Azelia was saying how he was plagiarizing her music, and, it was like, like he's stealing my sound, and so on and so forth, and now, I don't know if Zayn actually wrote back, but he didn't, right?
No.
But everybody else that's 14 years old wrote back. So they're all like, we hate you, shut up, you dumb whore, blah, 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 go kill yourself, we're going to find you and rape you in your house. These kids don't play online. These kids really don't play on...
Unacceptable.
Exactly, right? So, Skai Jackson, my new favorite 14-year-old, no shade to any other 14-year-olds I know, but my new favorite 14-year-old jumped up on Twitter and was like, Azelia Banks just needs to simmer down a little bit. And Azelia went crazy. So, it is now time for Diversion Theater. I will be playing the role of... Who am I playing?
Azelia Banks.
Okay, I'm playing the role of Ms. Banks, Vivian Banks.
And I'm gonna play Skai.
Exactly.
All
3, 2, 1. Ashon.
Okay.
Azelia Banks needs to simmer down a little.
And you need to grow some hips and start your...
What is menses? She said start your menses. I don't know what that means.
Your menses.
Your menses? I don't know what that is.
Don't understand.
Maybe it was a typo.
And stay in the child's place.
When a no-hip having 14-year-old has more class than you, worry about your career and get one. Peace sign.
LOL, says the Disney Channel reject. You don't like girls your color. Enjoy it while it lasts, boo-boo. Your mom's been pimping you out to Disney since you was a little girl. Let's see where you end up at like 21. Bye.
I had a career before Disney, and I'm sure I will after. And I know I won't turn out like you, bitter and miserable. Fix your life, and I'm sure my mom did way better than yours did. You give black women a bad name. I'll be praying for you.
Never heard of you before. Never seen you on TV. You aren't even a star. You aren't even a topic, little girl. You're a meme. Like...
This wasted conversation is helping your career. Bye, honey. Kissy emoji. Now, that was corny. Go fix your edges before you come at me. Hashtag bye now. Hide behind your weaves much? And a meme with 2.3 million Instagram followers. My meme is more relevant than you are. Now that's sad. Bye, Twitter troll.
Bitch, let me tell you.
All right, so...
For those who don't know, she is a Gemini. I just want to put that out there. She is a Gemini, and it says
Which means she's batshit crazy. That's what that means if you're a Gemini.
And according to the independent.co.uk survey, should Twitter have deleted her account? And 14% people said no, and 86% of people said yes.
So before you put the cart before the horse, so Twitter has now deleted her account, and after all of this back and forth, my whole thing is, while I'm not the biggest Azelia fan at all, not even a little bit, except that 2 and 2 song, that shit does go off when it comes on in the club. I'd be like, oh, okay.
You know what your bitch become with her weaving.
But I don't know if they should have deleted her account because I'm just like, there's so much other shit that flies on Twitter on a daily basis, like blatant, like racism, sexism, homophobia, Islamophobia, like all these other things where people are just like, just flat out just awful people,
right.
and Twitter still keeps their account. So I'm just like, I don't know. I don't think it was in Twitter's role to step in and say something, because not like she was posting, like anything that was technically illegal or against Twitter's standards. So I'm just like, I don't know. I think it was whack on their part.
I think it has a lot to do with her status and just like she's not an A-list celebrity, but she has enough status where, like I said, the media does go after her in the tweets that she's always executing on Twitter.
Yeah. And
she did apologize, but she apologized for how she made people feel, not exactly for what she said. And it just goes to show that people like Azelia, black woman, when they call out, they're gonna be the first ones targeted, and
but I can't say they deleted her Twitter because she's a black woman.
No, not because she's a. Okay. So she did say something on Instagram. You know how you write on your notes, take a screenshot, trail it on Instagram, and she said, "I realized that I insulted Indians, Pakistanis, blacks, and my Twitter didn't get suspended until I said whiteness is a mental illness." Caption: "Crackers got me again." And it's just like...
See, that I don't know if I can completely agree with. Because all of this came... This was all... Azelia, you delivered all of this in one big package. So it's not like, like this is all in a series of tweets.
Yeah,
so you don't know what really broke the camel's back.
Consecutive, but it doesn't change the fact that it's just like, okay, they could have deleted it right after that whole spin-off with her and Skai Jackson.
Shout out to Star Jackson.
Right?
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl, hey.
Ooh.
After that went down, but...
Exactly.
Tip for tap.
Right, whatever. Anyway, I don't know who's in the wrong here, but I know Skai Jackson has won my heart today, and whenever my little niece and nephews want to watch anything she's on the Disney Channel, we are watching. We are going to the movies. We are supporting young Jackson.
Even as Skai Jackson, I think that, she's still young, but towards the end when she's like a meme with 2.3 Instagram million followers, like, hey, I made it. Like, please, I'm better than you. It's still corny to me. Like on both sides.
But she's 14. She's supposed to be corny.
Right.
Like you battled a 14-year-old and you lost. Like you let a 14-year-old drag you on social media, girl.
Exactly.
Like, where do we go from here?
That is my song. Hey, Deborah.
Okay. All right. So next up to bat, Nicki Minaj and Scaffeezy. People still call him that. Safaree. Let's call him Safaree Samuels. Let's call him his government name. So Onika versus Safaree. The saga continues. So.
As you guys know, they dated for 12 years, okay? And they did separate in 2014. And I did a little research. We don't have common law in New York. It isn't like Alabama, D.C., and all these other places we don't live. And it just does not go down over here. But you gotta remember, 12 years. And I had to think to myself, if I was dating...
I just think they might have broke up before 2014. Maybe. That's neither here or there. Whatever. Anyway.
I know that if I was with somebody who was with somebody for 12 years and they still kept in contact with them, I don't want to say I'm not surprised, but it's just like 12 years. Like,
well, they don't really keep in contact. You're making it seem like they,
The fact that he's emailing her and she's replying, clearly she's replying. She's feeding him something for him to now say, like, okay, I'm suing you.
But all of that we don't know. This is all allegations.
This is very true.
What we do know for sure is that Nicki was on Twitter this past week, and they were basically just taking shots at each other back and forth. We already went through one Twitter dialogue. We're not doing another. Mm-hmm. But it all culminated with Nicki pretty much saying that, Safaree was trying to extort her for money, and that Safaree saying that she owes him money from working on her first, I think, 3 albums and not getting the money from it. My whole thing is, I don't know in what world of worlds, I mean, maybe because they were dating, that the lines were a little blurred, but I'm just like, if you were executive producer on 2 albums for this, I guess at the time, budding artist, but by the time Nicki's second album came out, she was a big deal. Like, Nicki was huge. So I'm just like, I don't understand why you wouldn't go about getting your money in the first place if... Because you were listed, he's in the credits as executive producer, producer of this song, producer of that song. So I don't understand why he doesn't have this money, if that's the case.
I think it's just like, as humans, we just get distracted in our relationships and we forget to have a little self-control over our feelings and our emotions, and we get it mixed in with our personal business. And I think that's what Safaree did in this case, and what he's been doing even after they broke up, when I'm sure he was trying to get a lot of interviews in, and I'm sure a lot of people were reaching out to him, and he was like, no, I'm not going to bash Nicki, I'm not going to do this. But that's where your money was going, and now you're here.
What do you mean that's where your money was going?
Because I think that's where the checks would have been coming in. you know, if he would have been talking about the relationship. But it's just like, now you wait until 2016.
Wait, what? So you're saying he would have gotten paid?
Hell yeah, he would have gotten paid.
Paid from who?
The interviews, like, on Nicki Minaj. Like,
Who's paying for interviews?
No, I'm saying, like, to, like, I guess, spill the tea. Like, you think people don't...
I don't... That's a whole separate thing. I'm talking about when they were actually together making music. That's the money that he is technically owed, if he's owed it.
Right.
Like, he shouldn't have to... That doesn't even make sense, because even if he went out and did those interviews, he would technically get the interview money, and then the money he's still owed. Because if I'm an executive producer of your project, and your project sells, you know, goes platinum or gold, whatever the hell, you know, the reprint, 1, 2, upload, whatever it did called... If I'm owed that money, I deserve that money. So it's not about him going and doing this whole press circuit to make the money back, because it's not.
But I want to know what it's really about, because I don't want to be the person to say, you know, why come out now? But it's just like, why come out now? Like, how long have you been waiting for this money? And this album came out when? That's
what I'm thinking. That's the other thing I'm thinking. But if they did just break up in 2014... And I guess, because, you know, when you live with people and you're dating, you know, the person you're working with, things get very blurred.
That's what I'm saying,
Yeah, so I'm just like, so maybe that's why it is. And maybe it's just coming out to us now that he's owed this money. But this is not the first time he's spoken about this.
Right.
Because even when he went on Breakfast Club a couple of years ago, he was saying, like, you know, like, oh, like, you know, there was albums and stuff that I wrote, that I produced, that I didn't get the credit for at the time. Yeah. But he didn't say that he didn't get the money for it. He just said he didn't get the credit for it. So I didn't know if it meant, like, in a public setting, or if, like, he actually didn't get the credit for it.
Whatever the case might be, I hope that they break it out and they stop doing it publicly. Because Nicki Minaj, there's so many things that you could be tweeting about a new album, a fucking new fragrance, a new drink,
man.
Well, to get that done. But I'm just saying, like, the fact that you really went on a Twitter rant about your ex of 12 years.
How he's a deadbeat and he's just extorting her for money to pay child support.
You have a whole entire husband.
And then she also... Who's her husband?
You have a whole entire fake husband.
Thank you. And then she also said that she caught him stealing money. This is all just messy. Just a whole big messy situation.
Yeah. Oh, and then on top of that, yesterday evening, he tweeted out, got a call from prison.
Yes.
Hearing the streets, got big money on my head. Streets talk, small world. Hashtag the dark side of the music business. And it's just like...
Which means somebody trying to kill him for some coins. Take his head off.
And Nicki, and now that he's put that tweet out, you know if you do anything to him, it's going to be like, Nicki was good.
Yeah, Nicki was good.
So, keep on trying your luck, baby girl.
All right, so let's move on. Let's talk about a big moment that happened for me. So
a big moment.
It was it was big, and as two former big people, we were excited to see each other, or so I thought. So I got to meet Monique this past week. Mm-hmm. And I'm not gonna go to the whole story, but you know, Monique was very sweet. I'll just say she was very sweet. We talked. I gushed over the Parkers. You know, like we had a real like moment. Like she gives great hugs. Oh, Monique gives a good hug. She's like, yeah, oh, Annie. She gives a good old hug. But this brings me to this Justin Bieber story. So Justin Bieber pops up. I keep saying pops up, but everybody just popped up this week on social media. But Justin Bieber Instagram. She says, I realize people will be disappointed, but I don't owe anybody any picture. And he says, and people will say, I bought your album. Know that you got an album and you got what you paid for, an album. It doesn't say in fine print, whenever you see me, you also get a photo. So this is after people coming up to him and just taking pictures without, right? Well, he's a grown man, girl. He's actually probably older than you, so you should be respectful. So, this comes after people coming up to him, you know, just throwing cameras in his face, click, click, click. And he's like, well, you're not going to treat me like a zoo animal. Like, you could at least give me the common decency to say hi. Now, I don't know what it's like to be Justin Bieber.
He's acting like as if he hasn't been doing this for so long with fanning girls, screaming.
Well, I think it's a different thing. I think it's different when people are coming up to you and it's like, hi, I love your work so much. When people are dead just walking up to you and they're like, not even acknowledging you, and you're just like, oh, I'm just gonna stick this camera in your face and take this picture.
Okay, I can see how that could be obnoxious.
It could be annoying after a while because it's like you're not even acknowledging me. You're just like, and most of the time, these people probably don't even care about him. As I've been in a place,
all the time.
Not all the time.
All the time, Justin Bieber.
They don't care about you?
Nobody cares. No, let me not say that.
You're
but
right.
I do think that Justin, you know, he's super famous and he has a lot of love internationally. And I think that, you know, just people fan out.
But you can fan out, but you can still have the decency to be a human being.
Right, I totally get that.
Like, you can still speak to the person. Oh, hi, nice to meet you. Do you mind if we take a photo? Mm-hmm. Not just... look, get on my Snap story. Like, that would be mad annoying. So, bringing it back around to Monique now, I just think it's very interesting. Like, and I don't say obviously, Monique is not as big of, in certain pockets, it depends on who you speak to, but in the world of, pop culture and, tabloids, Justin Bieber's a much bigger deal than Monique is.
Oh, wow.
That's safe to say. But I'll say this. Monique had a show. Her show was over at 10:30. She stood around and did meet and greets until 12:45. Monique stood there and talked to every single person and gave hugs and had genuine conversations with these people. And I'm just like, Bieber, I get it. You sell out arenas, you sell out tours. But I'm just like, there's going to come a point in time where your fans have to grow up and where you're going to grow up. And I'm just like, and you're going to want this core fan base to stick with you. Like even if you're going to do it like this, you don't have to say it like that. Like, even if you just see people, it's just like, hey, I don't really feel like taking a picture right now, then so be it. But to get online and just saying, I'm not taking pictures, more often than not, leave me the fuck alone, it's kind of messed up.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind, and a lot of new stars are like that.
And
I'm
I just want to remind Justin Bieber, because I know you're watching.
He watches. He tweets me.
You've become a brand. Maybe if you came in without your real name, it would have been different. Called yourself like Mad Dude or something.
But I don't even think it's about that though.
I think that he just, he's just really a brand. Like, and this is. I think this is what comes with the territory. Even if he was whiteboard,
he would still be a brand.
I think this is what comes with the territory.
I think so too. I get it.
And the way he said it, he just went about it the wrong way.
I think that was really the problem with it, the way he went about it.
Teach people, go ahead. It's okay to say, can you be human and say hi to me? I know it's like common sense, but you're Justin Bieber, and to some people it's like...
Some people, you're their world. Some people, they're the only singer he knows, which is very unfortunate for those girls, but it is what it is. I've just seen a lot with a lot of celebrities. Like, I'll name no names, but there was one time, some people told me they were at a meet and greet, and this singer, who is about 2 albums deep, is not that big of a deal. I'm not naming names, but they're about 2 albums deep, and they said to everyone in the room that was there for the meet and greet, all right, y'all, come on, let's do this quick. I got 20 minutes. And I'm just like, these people have bought your album. They just sat through your show. Like, I don't get that whole devo.
I was going to say, it's probably a diva.
Calling shots. I think it's just corny. Like, if these people are supporting you, the least you can do is snap a photo. Like, especially if these people are paying for a photo. But that's neither here nor there.
Very true. And I just want to give a quick shout out to Meghan Trainor. She's since we're on the topic of white people.
Is this the white segment of the week?
it's just like, a lot of people
bust her shit open.
But the way she did it was so great. Like, I've never seen somebody like trip over and then, try to stumble, get back. Like, she tripped and then fell and laid down like,
so
I'm
last
down.
Night, right? So last night she was on Jimmy Fallon. She was singing some new song that I probably never hear or care about. And at the end of the performance, put your hand out like this. She's standing on the stage. And her feet are like this, and my wrist or her ankles are like, whoa.
And she's like, you know what? I'm gonna go down.
And she just falls.
But
she almost fell too gracefully, which I'm like, was that real?
No. And you know what? It's funny that you say that, because I was just watching something on the television, and somebody said, funny. This is giving her a lot of publicity, because just a couple of days ago, she was bashing the media for Photoshop. Well, not the media, but I guess the editor for photoshopping the video that she did for Me Too. Go check it out on YouTube on Vivo or whatever. And like, shady. And like, I guess a part of her body was a little more curved or a little more cut out.
Her waist came in like this and went out like that. And if you know Meghan Trainor, that's not her waist. Right. So, Meghan, girl, you said you didn't notice.
2 points for you.
I'm done. You done?
I'm done.
Let's be done. Let's go enjoy this weekend. So thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure you hit the subscribe button in the corner. Subscribe.
And if you haven't registered already, go check out the AIDS Walk on this
Go
Sunday
donate.
if you live in New York. And yes, you should donate as well.
Because y'all be walking and y'all just walking for like exercise. I'm like, well, they're not making no money. And
getting free cookies and water bottles.
And apples.
Make sure you add me on Instagram.
Maybe I should try to go. I have to work, but those free cookies is a real ploy.
DK.
That's a real you in.
Tell them to add you.
Oh, on what? Yes, add me. Follow me. What? _Hey Malcolm. Listen, I'm just ready to go. It's Friday the 13th. I have to go lock the doors, close the blinds, and hopefully I don't step on a crab.
Oh, that's why you're wearing black.
That's actually not at all.
Superstitious.
I'm not. That's not why I'm wearing black. I'm wearing black because I'm snatched.
I just want to touch your arm.
You mad? Get off me. Got somebody else to touch my arm. That's why I'm going to go continue with my weekend. Thanks for watching. See you guys next week. Bye. Do you know...